worry, you haven't missed anything. But I'll switch over to the warm-up stage, as we are just about to restart now. So timing on point on Nuke. Ninjas of Pyjamas up against PENTA. Yes, indeed, I'm solo casting. Apologies for any of you that aren't too happy about that, but at least you have a stream coming at you. And yes, for those of you asking who the stand-in for Lowell, who of course is now shifted across to Mouse Sports as a result of Oscar's departure, it is HS. Estonian player. Farouk, of course, playing alongside the likes of Katie and Maniac, Tensky. So, decent player, but of course with a stand-in you never quite know how it's going to work out for PENTA, who will be firm underdogs anyway coming into this game, in all honesty. NiP have been very solid lately. They are currently towards the top of the league. I think they're in second place, whereas PENTA near the bottom. But so far, NiP have made the most of Secret, getting down there very briskly indeed, as Get Right will be leading the charge with the Glocks. Crystal, in the meanwhile, coming through. Secret himself is going to connect the first shot, but gets picked up straight away, and Get Right from range, doing what he can with the USP. Freiburg, in the meanwhile, puts the headshot down range to Stefan. And this will be the round going to the Ninjas, barring a miraculous play from Tarsin, which I just can't see happening. First kill has gone his way, but Makalele could be coming in for the knife. Cue the Jaws music. Nope, goes for the shot instead. Could have been either or, really. And NiP will secure their first rounds. Especially considering it's Nuke and Cash as well. Like, historically, NiP, a solid Nuke team. Obviously, the new Nuke, haven't really played it as much, but I'm talking about the old school Nuke, and Cash is one of their go-to maps, a map that they are very, very comfortable on indeed. So it's hard to see how PENTA pick up either of these maps, honestly. So we're back into this again. If you have audio issues, guys, it's a Twitch issue. Refresh your stream, refresh your browser, and it will fix the problems for you, just like that. So refresh your stream, everything will be okay. It'll fix everything for you. Exist with the spray. HS, the stand-in, will fall down. PENTA were good for frag beforehand, and Freiburg very aggressively pushes through the Molotov, correctly deciding that Mike S would back away, which of course is the AWPA for PENTA. The meanwhile, Tarsid and Stefan are all that remains. P90 and Deagle in hand. Freiburg thought he honestly would get the better with the MP7 at that kind of range, but instead will come out second best. It's Thorin casting. Great banter. Is he sitting in a bunker? Yes, mate. Do we have any PENTA believers here? I just feel like when you put all of the different aspects of coming into this game, NiP are such firm favourites. This could be a fast couple of maps, honestly, if NiP get off to a solid start here, which they have. My guess in the meanwhile, though, long range will put down with the USP headshots, and Get Right is going for the spray with the MAC-10. Maybe not the best of ideas, goes in for seconds. My guess is still alive. Tarsin puts down with the USP, and things getting a little bit more heated and interested. Tarsin goes down. The two MAC-10s will be traded out to at least one AK, potentially two. Oh, that's rough. Did Exist drop his MAC-10 for the P90 and it didn't quite register? I'm not entirely sure there, but either way, the Ninjas take a fast 3-0 lead. What do you think of the Astralis roster change? Well, they did say themselves that the stand-in would be just that. They'd just be playing with him for the time being. It's not a permanent switch. So I am curious to see who they actually go with. Will this affect the Danish scene? Will they go for another Dane? Will they try and pick up a Dane from the likes of Farouk or Dignitas? I honestly don't know. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen though. That's so rough. MAC-10 trumping over the M4. Crystal goes down. Once again, it's the B site that gets aggressed on, I guess. He's trying desperately to keep the dreams alive, but honestly the CT should be trying to save at this point, or at least Mike S should. His teammates gone down, and in Ninja's Pajamas, they have just briskly walked through, picking up kills left, right, and centre. Who do you guys reckon then for Astralis? Who will they go to make their permanent 5th? So I believe they're 5th right now. I'm going to be honest, I don't know really anything about him. All I know is that he's 16, which obviously, for the likes of E-League, I think may be too young. I think you have to be 17 or 18 to play in E-League. You think Cajun? Balder? Olafmeister? Hunden? Your mum? Brilliant, Fox. Great banter. Top notch. 10 out of 10. To be honest, I'd be pretty impressed if my mum just went to go and play for CS2. But, nice, good on you, mum. I'm impressed. Good job. Stefan, meanwhile, is going to get at least 1 kill back, but Secret consistently aggressed on from Ninjas in Pajamas. No reason for them to stop doing this. I mean, it has proved to be very fruitful indeed. Then we're getting rounds left, right, and centre. There's not really too much to say, guys. I mean, this has just been a bloodbath so far. Like, it's still early days, of course, but Penta haven't really done anything of note. Got Mykes and Toxic, who could be the difference maker with his P250. Oh, there's the issue. Not enough firepower to outright kill Makalele, and the Ninjas romp to a 5-0 lead. The question now that I pose to you guys in chat, this is where you'd love to have a co-caster, by the way. Are you casting from home? Yes. It's the B stream, bro. I'm not at a studio. My question to you is, how many rounds do you think Penta can pick up? Like, I think most people would agree that Ninjas and Pajamas have this in the bag. How many rounds is Penta going to take? Probably Glaive. They're going to bring in Anders. Damn, that would be pretty sick. 0. I should have known that most of the chat would say that. It is looking like it could get into that kind of territory. I love how some people think, like, how many rounds are they going to get, Kappa Pride? Okay, well, what number is that? Meanwhile, Penta are being dismantled. Once again, Get Right looking to jump up into Heaven's side. Secret under control again. Who would have guessed it? HS the stand-in. Stefan, last 2 players left alive. And 42 seconds or thereabouts left on the timer. Both of the CTs on the A side of the map. The crossfire set towards main, but of course, the bomb is getting planted on B, so it doesn't make it a great deal of difference. Meanwhile, the Terrorists are putting down their dominance again. It's Get Right that is just lurking, actually, waiting for the CTs to maybe try and push their way out of heaven and save. Forever a Lancaster. I know. 6-0 will be the score. You have audio delay. Right, last time I'm going to say it on this map, boys. Refresh your stream. Fixes it. If you guys in chat could just type that in if someone else says it in the future. It's an issue with Twitch. I don't know what it is exactly, but a quick refresh on your browser or the stream will get everything sorted for you. Who is better, Makalele or Pit? I think that they bring different things to the table. It's really hard to say. But obviously Makalele is going to be sticking with NiP for the time being. Pit still... I think he said he's waiting for his results to come back. So best of luck to him. Speaking of Makalele, he is the first player to fall in this round. It's one of the best starts we've seen for Penta. Maybe just maybe they can start to salvage some rounds out of this. They're not going to have too many better opportunities than this, though. They have a healthy dosage of grenades. Crystal playing aggro outside is actually hiding in the smoke for the time being. It makes sense that Crystal be in this kind of position because time and time again NiP have gone for secret control. The Forest didn't get right. And so many times in the past we'll chime together and put bullets downrange into faces. And PENTA once again starting to drop. Add another player to the list. HS is good for one. Gets picked off from the retreat. And the Ninjas win their 7th rounds. Mr. Castor, is your accent Greek? You what, mate? Do I sound Greek? What's my rank? I'm Global Elite. Although that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Is this live? Unfortunately for PENTA, yes it is. Who do you think is the best pistol player right now? Do you think it's Fnatic Dennis? Dennis is up there. It's hard for me to say, like, who I think the best pistol player is on the top of my head. I'd have to think about that. I feel like Nico is definitely a sick pistol player as well, especially with the Deagle. There's a lot that could challenge for that throw, honestly. Once again, PENTA are holding their own, at least for a couple of kills, but they are dropping out in the key duels that matter. And that is seeing them potentially concede yet another round. They've got a player in Squeaky, though, which is going to be Tarsin, who did just tap across with the M4A1S. I'm not sure if they heard that or realised. One of the perks, of course, of the silenced weapon. Oh, that nade lands by the feet of Tarsin. And his partner in crime, Mike S, has been put down. So, just like that now, the Ninjas are in command for an 8th round. And PENTA's woes just continue, don't they? 31 health left for Tarsin. How much damage can he do? Not much more. Rip. Is the caster pit? Yes, I am. Get on my level, please. You have to teach me the ways of the pro. What do I think about the revamped Inferno? I think it actually looks really good. I'm liking that it cleaned up A a lot. There's less angles to worry about. I think it bodes pretty well. I loved the old Inferno as well, though, so I think I'm pretty easy to please in this. It's going to be an eco. Not expecting too much from this. It will be Stefan 5-7. Let's see what we can get done. Not a whole lot. 9-0. Again, though, you've got to put things in perspective. There is already a clash in terms of skill level between NiP and PENTA in terms of shot calling, in terms of just raw aim. But then put into that as well, they have a stand-in. HS is coming in for Lowell, who of course shifted across the mouse after Oscar's departure. So it is a bit rough. You know, we're expecting it to be a bit rough here. Maybe not this rough, though. I thought they may pick up a few rounds. NiP seemingly wanting to finish this fast. Mike S, though, will claim the first kill of this round at least, and that is going to stop the push in its tracks. Get right, they have other ideas. Sprayed through the smoke, and PENTA are surely not going to have a better chance than this to get the first round on the board. The only good news for NiP is that the bomb wasn't dropped out on the A site, so they still have that under their control. Freiburg's gone downstairs. I think he actually switched weapons just as he got peaked, which is kind of unfortunate, but NiP now 2-on-5. If PENTA lose this, then I don't know. Right, so they know where Forest is. So they know at least where half of the remaining terrorists currently lie. And it stands to good reason that they both be pushing together in this kind of a situation. So 40 seconds left. Ramp the area of the map that is under siege, and Mike S and Tarsin will repel them with ease. So, PENTA take their first round, they actually take it fairly comfortably, with all players alive. So even if they were to lose this, they could still buy, even though their round loss would be reset. maybe this is a chance for Penta to start to build themselves up a decent amount of rounds. Do you think Ealing Major will be great? I see no reason it wouldn't be. I think it's going to be really solid. So Ninja's going back to what's worked for them in the previous rounds, and that's outside control into a secret push. Get right. Meanwhile, no huge surprises that he's off by his lonesome, being a nuisance. Mike S. outside watching the hut. The problem for him, though, is to his left-hand side is where the bulk of the terrorists have already pushed down through secret. And they're making a move through here now. You can see them taking complete control over downstairs, throwing the molly into vents. Freiburg now going down to decon. But Tarsin is going to pick up a kill, and potentially a second one as well. He does actually get that one to exist. There's Get Right, who will jump down on top of Stefan. So 3 on 2. Again, Penta in a pretty good position. I think Forrest has flashed himself, so a bit unorthodox, but we'll take it still. Tarsin, there's just too many angles for him to cover, and HS is still on A. I don't know if that's a lack of communication or what's going on there, but you'd have fancied him to stick with his teammate. Instead, though, it will be another B plant. Yeah, I'm sorry if there's some serious camera tours going on here, but I'm casting by myself while streaming, while controlling the camera on Nuke. This is the roughest map to spectate. So, there may be a couple of moments where I do apologise. 10-1. Penta will have another bye, keeping all 5 players alive from the previous round, but the problem is, after this, they'll have nothing. So, right back to square one. Sadikist, what happened to your voice? I don't even. These are always the hardest games to cast as well, by the way, when it's like a complete slaughter. Ooh, Forest. You think twice about going out again. Apt name for Get Right's AK, the Recoil Master. Mike S with a double for mass spray down. So out of nowhere, Penta have made a real go of this round. This is where the real Coil Master is going to have to come to fruition. Forrest with his 13 health will get the job done. Meanwhile, Mike S is down to 1, but does survive long enough to pick up the first kill before being traded out. Surely Forrest can't clutch this. This would be absolutely nuts. Interesting how it says he has 2 kills, but he took 3 skulls when we spectate him. But it doesn't really matter. HS gets the kill anyway. Down to trade out the weapon. Penta pick up a second. Do you think they should rework Dust 2? Yeah, I quite like Dust 2 to go out next. I've heard that apparently Nuke's going to go out. I mean, there's no official sources on this, but it's just what people are speculating. But I personally would prefer Dust 2 to be on the way out. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Who'll win cash? I'd highly think that NiP will have that fairly easily. It's a map they're good on at the best of times, and Penta are weakened, of course. So Penta, can you get 5 rounds going through to half time? Now, his best case scenario is Forrest will drop to his death. Already dead before he hits the ground, though. And Nuke falls to a bit of a standstill. Neither team is really trying to aggress too much. NiP are taking the initiative outside. Michael with his AWP, who I think was peeking towards heaven. Meanwhile, Get Right on the prowl with a double spray down, and he did that with 10 health. He took so much damage after that first player. Mike S will get the best of Exist or flashbangs. Decent trade again. 33 seconds left. Tarsin could get the drop on Get Right, and there we go. Manages to scamper away. Makalele super aggressive with the AWP. He'll get found out and killed, and Penta pick up a third. It all was looking a bit sketchy there for Penta for a few moments, but they managed to somehow claw it back. NiP will have another buy. I mean, it should be good to buy throughout the rest of this half now, even if it includes a couple of Tech 9s. Yeah, NiP's definitely up there for one of the best cash teams right now. I'd certainly agree with that. No idea what Tarsin's gun means. I believe Schwein means pig, right? I could be completely wrong, of course. That play in effect. Exist lands in a headshot while fully flashed. Back. Looking for a second one. My guess goes down as well. 2 kills, both through flash, of course. Why the hell not? They are in positions you're expecting CTs to be in, or at least it's worth just going for the preemptive spray. But Penta, who have had a much slower couple of rounds previously from NiP, have gone back to a hyper-aggression. It's caught the CTs unaware. Makalele with the next kill, leaving HS in a 1-on-4. And he gets wrecked through the smoke, so good night. NiP, 11-3 up. It means pig's neck. Didn't someone say pig chicken before? Pig's neck. I mean, it's an interesting name for a gun. And by interesting, I mean awful. Cheers, Tolwers, is it? Pop at some point, but unfortunately they don't really have the weaponry to follow up on that. HS with the X7 get right, tapping through. They line up for him, pretty much running out to their death in 12-3. This is going to be the halftime scoreline, and honestly, I don't really have anything to add to that. I mean, 12-3 pretty much paints the picture. No analysis required, nothing really required to elaborate with. NiP have just been by far and away the better team. Sorry, boys. Just in the downtime, I'm trying to conserve my energy, my voice. So if it goes a bit quiet, that's why. Hey, Sponge, how's your haircut going? What? Right. I want your professional opinion, guys. Where is he? Exists knife, the M9 Tiger Tooth. Yay or nay? I personally don't like the look of the knife at all. What do you guys reckon? That's a lot of yays. I'm starting to see a resurgence of nays now. I think overall there's more yeses than nos on that knife. I'd say it's like maybe 70-30, 65-35, something like that. You have a beautiful voice, if you don't mind me saying. Thank you. I personally don't think it's anything special, but if you guys enjoy it, then cool. We're not live, guys, don't worry. It's ugly. I just never really seen the appeal. It's like too bright for me. I prefer darker colour knife skins, honestly. I love the Karambit Doppler. That is love. Exists new Oppa confirmed? Yeah, let's stick on with him. Let's see all the 6 shots he can land for himself. Who's the caster? I'm not Richard Lewis. I'm not Anders. What's the other one? Oh, hello, Exist. Mate. I kind of want him to land that the second no-scope so I could... I was going to say something. We'll just let it out. It's too early in the day. The watershed's not here yet. I'll let your imagination run wild. Yeah, I met this. I'm not Richard Lewis or Anders. I'm kind of like, if Anders and Richard Lewis had a love child, that would be me. Even though I'm actually older than Anders. So I don't know how that would work. Look at other people's knives. But I wanted to see Exist just dropping the hammer. I think Crystal has a really sick knife, actually. Doesn't he have... Yeah, it's this one. I was about to say, the case hardened, it's like, got so much blue on it. That's a nice knife. Although I don't know what the other side of it looks like. Crystal, inspect, you noob. Inspect! Okay, rip. That Anders is 30. Blue gems are ugly? Mate. Yeah, I'll be casting, dudes, but we're in warm-up. Like, I'm not going to go all-in casting when I'm solo casting. On a warm-up, boys. Why are they pausing for so long? I don't know. I think Penta's ass is probably hurting from that first half, so that, you know, I want to rest a little bit. Here we go, though. Second half is underway. HE, alongside the kit for Forest. Meanwhile, Smoke and Flash on the hands of Crystal. Smoke has just been used. Banks off a couple walls into team 8. It's going to try and maybe set up some kind of a play, but where that Smoke's landed, it's actually going to be the vent dive. Which is interesting by itself, because they had no real control to push into that one, but HS is living up to his name with headshots. And now the Ninjas are trying to retake the site, which has been planted on. Forest will get the better of HS. He's caught in a horrible place anyway. Pretty much heads you win, tails I lose mentality. Well, with Forest landing the headshots, it's not looking too good now. Pass in, last player. Hold on a second, he may actually have this one, but there's Get Right with the USP, the kit, and the headshot. Oh, check Get Right out. Had a Karambit Doppler on T side. Has an Autotronic M9 bayonet. Yes, I am jealous. XM, MP9, MP7, a couple of M4s. Penta living, I mean, really are living on a prayer right now. Never been a fan of the P250 whiteout. I don't know, it just looks horrible to me, but apparently it's super expensive, so why not? Hasn't done anything in this round for Penta's. Crystal tossing both tried to tank the bullets with their head, which normally isn't a great idea. Frags left. He's on my guess. P250. Stop talking about skins in esport. Howdy, have you watched this game? Have you seen how one-sided it's been? That's all I have left to talk about, dudes. Ooh, nice frag. My guess is going to move one step closer to making his clutch a reality. Yeah, I was about to say the Makalele's pushed up from ramp with the XM. And the kills come in. Every time I look at chat, someone makes the most ridiculous comment that I couldn't possibly read out loud. But you make me giggle. And it doesn't get much easier from here for Penta because the next map is Cash. We expect more of the same. Freiburg, you've seen a lot of players who left-hand side. They nearly line up for him. He does do significant damage to both Stefan and Tarsin, which should be cleaned up from the rest of his team. But The control going the way of Penta. Michael from ramp. Come round with the XM, lands the shot into Mike S. But Penta are going to live to fight another day. They're not quite done just yet. And with NiP losing quite a few players, and obviously the round prior to the previous one, they'll be into a force buy with a scout and a UMP. Freiburg with a 5-7. What's my knife? Karambit Doppler. I just upgraded to it, actually. I'm in love with it. It's lovely. Although it's not a great finish on it, but it is a great knife. Love this position. I love this position for Get Right. And he's landed 2 headshots in quick succession. Such a good counter to the outside play. The problem for Penta, though, is they had no real smokes being placed down, which is very surprising considering they came into this round with a full buy. There's no real excuse for that. I take nothing away from Get Right. Beautiful M4 work, but surely you get a smoke down outside. So it leaves with a minute to play with. Mike S, who is being aggressed on from Freiburg. That grenade doesn't land onto Freiburg. He will have to back away. Can't afford to stay around too much longer with that 32 health. And meanwhile, Tarsin's about to get wrapped around and gets clotheslined, courtesy of Get Right, who gets his 3rd kill. He's on for the 4-man. If he goes for this re-peek, it's going to be the first bullet that will pretty much finalise this confrontation, as both players are very low. Get Right on 11, Mike S on 32. And Mike S will be making the moves in, and there's Get Right for his 4K. Very well played indeed. Penta making a couple mistakes, but Get Right leaping on top of it. And Penta need to save the next 11 rounds consecutively if they want to take us into overtime. Favorite AK skin. I actually really like the Redline and Cartel, and why the hell not? Nexus just gets domed. A couple of love taps there from his teammate. HS is looking for an opportunity to try and force his way out to Squeaky. Freiburg on the other side of the door, but he's playing this one passively for now, which is the intelligent play. They also don't have control out of outside just yet, which is why he's backed him off. Michael did land the Mag 7 headshot, I believe, and now Tarsin with the double spray down with the Galil. Nice work. That opens up ramp and, of course, B as a result. There could be on Exist, who is lurking in decon. Get Right. Recoil Master. King of Spray, the name of his M4. Again, very apt. Bomb will get planted. How's this retake looking? Stafford goes super aggro up into the face of Freiburg, but comes out worse for wear. And Tarsin, the man that started this round off with lightning fast Galil headshots. Could be the last line of defense, and indeed he will be. Freiburg with a tasty headshot. Leaves Tarsin with it all to do. He's in the control room. He's observing the CTs. There's the spray. Could pick up a 4th. Freiburg on 1 HP though. Goes for the defuse. He flashes his way out. 1 bullet will do it. And Tarsin finally gets it done. Penta, by the skin of their teeth, take the rounds and put NiP into what will likely be an eco. No, they're going to force this one. They want to finish it as soon as possible. 2 players were low. The problem is buys like this could cost them 2 or 3 rounds in quick succession, so obviously feel very confident in how they've been playing so far. But this is Penta's chance to at least start to bring this back into the realms of possibility. Get Right with the first kill though, of course, could take that away. Mike S sprays out onto Freiburg. But 2 scouts map like Nuke, this shouldn't work. Michael, what is happening here? And there's Forrest for another one. Two on 2. Get Right from behind. And he gets sprayed down. No voices going, boys. Ripping pepperonis. So, Forrest going to be trying to come up from the vent side. sees Stefan and HS up against him. That was so close to landing. Pulls out the deagle. Does wing Stefan overall. He's being tagged up. Mollied out. Has to back away. That'll be the round going to PENTA, who pick up a 6th. And the Ninjas very nearly making the double scout buy work. Gilla will be safe, courtesy of Forest. Will I be casting at the next major? Probably not. I haven't been asked to. I don't expect to be, really. Hope so. And Forest upgraded again from the Galil to the M4, so that will be kept alive in the very capable hands of Forest. Surely they don't force again here. And the fact that Forest also had a deagle means that Michael can use the deagles. They have 2 players of power now, 2 power plays. Always like to see that. Either of which could go pretty ham in this round. No sound. I'm just being trolled, aren't I? This caster's a nerd. To be honest, mate, we're all watching esports, aren't we all? Does that have to be a bad thing? I embrace the nerd. So, they're going to be running Forest on ramp once again. Meanwhile, Michael is on secret side. They also have a PT50 in play for Forest, but that's not going to yield too much for now. For Freiburg, I should say, pardon me. Forest is a player of the M4. Crystal down in secret. He's going to bag himself the frag onto Get Right. And now Freiburg's going to go walkies up into his face. They're going single column, though. Forest has the M4. Crystal's going to be playing this one quite well, up into the point that Makalele will get the better of him with the deagle. Trades up to the AK. Gives it to exist. Now, all 3 players have a bit of power behind them. Spreading the wealth. Spreading the guns. Mike S. Meanwhile, perfect position to strike. And this round will be going the way of PENTA as well. So they are proving to be a bit harder to finish off than maybe the Ninjas originally thought. But NiP should have a buy into the next round. And one of the best ones they've had on their CT side thus far. Rip. Yeah, to be honest, it's not one of the most entertaining games to watch or cast. It's been very one-sided, and now PENTA are making a bit of a comeback. But that's just the nature of CS sometimes. Sometimes they're not going to be the best games to watch. But you can only beat what's ahead of you, and NiP have done that so far. This time they do have a decent buy. It's not going to be with a kit or an AWP, but the rest of them with the M4s. Up against the AK-47s. Going for the spray through the wall. This may be one of the reasons why a lot of people are calling for Nuke to be taken out as opposed to Inferno. What do you guys reckon? Which map would you take out to get Inferno in? I personally would side with Dust to be taken out. What do you guys reckon? The mic definitely isn't muted though, is it, mates? It's definitely not muted. No early casualties of war. NiP are going through their grenades at an alarmingly fast rate, though. Looking pretty scarce, just 3 flashbangs left. But we know when it comes down to the individual duels, typically NiP should be winning out on those. And Michael putting credence to that statement. Forest as well will be doing his best with the double spray down. Michael does go down, but it seems like a drop in the ocean. PENTA somehow, some way take down Forest, who is looking like he would hold on to ramp forever. 30 seconds left, however. And the terrorists haven't really got any real estate to speak of onto the sites. 20 seconds now. Ticking down so quickly. Soon it's going to be 10 seconds. PENTA Make a move, sirs. And they are, but it's going to be into the crosshairs of the Ninjas. Down they go. Diffuse will be coming in. And Ninjas of Pajamas will take Nuke 16-7. And we'll see us move to Cash, which is a map that the NiP side are incredibly good on. So I just don't see Penta getting too much out of this. But that is going to do it for this map at least. I'm going to cut back to a break, get myself a drink, suggest you guys do the same. And Cash will be coming up in just a few moments' time, guys. Stay tuned.